Everyone knows Romeo and Juliet, but 1,000 years earlier, China told a love story just as tragic, maybe even more devastating. Was it better than Shakespeare's? Let's find out in this Valentine's episode of Learn Chinese Now. So China's not really known for love stories. When we think of famous Chinese tales, we usually think of Journey to the West or Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which isn't about romance at all. But China has an absolutely classic love story called The Butterfly Lovers. In Chinese, Liang Zhu, the names of the two main characters. It's set way back around 300 AD, and it's got all the family drama and tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. But there's hope at the end. But before we begin, please like, subscribe, and click the join button below to become a member. So, the story starts off with our heroine, whose name is Zhu Yingtai. She's the youngest of 9 children. Every day she watches the boys in her town go to school and sighs. Girls aren't allowed to go to school. But there must be a way to get an exception. Maybe her father could get her in. Zhu goes to her father and begs him to help her get into school. But he quickly rejects her pleas. School isn't for girls, he says. Zhu is so hurt by his rejection that she falls ill and lies in bed sick for many days. Her father starts to get worried. What can he do to get her healthy again? One day, he suddenly gets a knock on the door. A young doctor is outside. He's wearing a black hat with tassels and a sky blue robe. I'm here to call on Miss Zhu, he says. I hear she's quite ill. I didn't call on any doctor, Zhu's father says. But I guess that doesn't matter. Please come in. I'll need to see the patient alone, the doctor says as he walks quickly into her room. The room is then very quiet for a while. This can't be good. Zhu's father fidgets with his hands while he paces back and forth outside the door. The doctor then emerges. He stands there solemnly for a moment before speaking. The prognosis is quite severe. There is a major problem with qi energy, and she's going to need weeks of treatment. The father blows out his cheeks as he absorbs the news. Or, the doctor says, or what? Or, you could let me go to school! The doctor throws off his cap, and his hair flows down to his shoulders. It's Zhu Yingtai. Her father stares at her for what seems like a whole minute. His face gets redder and redder. Then he bursts out in the loudest belly laugh she's ever heard. Zhu throws herself down at his knees. Looking up at him, she says, pretty, please let me go to school. He sighs. Fine, but I have 2 conditions. 1, you must dress up as a boy. No one must know of your true identity. Zhu nods in agreement. 2, upon the age of 16, you will return home and you will be betrothed to the suitor of my choosing. And with that, Zhu is off to school. She's a little annoyed at having to dress up like a boy, but who cares about being married at 16? What's going to happen to her anyway? So, she's off to the academy, hopping and skipping all the way. About halfway there, though, she realizes that she isn't that good at using maps. So she's standing there at the crossroads, looking at her map over and over, when a young man walks by. Where are you heading to? She looks up at him and blushes. She clears her throat and manages the lowest voice she can imagine. I'm heading to the academy. Really? Me too. Let's go there together. My name is Liang Shanbo. So Liang and Zhu make their way to the academy. They become such good friends on the way that they decide to become roommates. 3 years at the academy pass by in a flash. Zhu learns so much at school, but more and more, her mind is focused on Liang. She's fallen deeply in love with him, but she can't tell him. Plus, as soon as she goes home, her father is going to arrange a husband for her to marry. If Liang is around when she leaves, he'll see her crying and the game will be up. But Zhu has a thought. Maybe there's a way around her father's rules. So she leaves the dorm room in the middle of the night, but she leaves him a note with her true identity. Maybe if he learns soon enough, she can convince her father. So Liang wakes up in the morning. Where's Zhu? He sees the note, and as he reads it, his eyes are glued to the page. Zhu, a woman? My best friend? A woman? Then his mind starts working overtime. Well, then I need to marry her. Where the heck did she go anyway? Fortunately, she leaves him an address, and he rushes over to her house. He knocks on the door. Zhu's father answers. Liang blurts out his feelings to Zhu's father. Zhu is my best friend, and I couldn't be without her. Please, please, will you let me marry her? Oh, Mr. Zhu. Mr. Zhu's face grows red with anger. His daughter broke her promise to him. His face tense. He simply says, she's already betrothed. But, no buts. She agreed to this, and with that, he slams the door in Liang's face. Liang runs back home and throws himself on his bed. His best friend, his perfect companion, gone forever. He decides he's had enough of living. Liang lays on his bed for a few days, then dies of a broken heart. The news of his death spreads to Zhu. She says nothing. Her wedding day arrives. There's a sedan chair with 4 people carrying it, taking her to the groom's house. The sedan chair is waiting, but she won't get in. She says, Father, I have one condition for this marriage. Condition? He asks. His face again turns bright red. But you have no right to bring up any conditions. You agreed on this. Just one condition, Father, she says, or I'll never love you again. Okay, fine, what is it? She says slowly, my sedan chair must pass by Liang's grave. What? He shouts. What an insult to your future husband. Please, she pleads, just once. He shakes his head as he walks away. Fine, this one last thing, and then that's it, no more. She gets on the sedan chair, and it starts moving. When it passes by Liang's grave, she gets out and kneels in front of the grave one last time. She starts bawling uncontrollably. The sedan chair carriers look at each other rather awkwardly. Suddenly, she shouts, Liang, I must be with you. Open up and take me with you. Suddenly, the grave opens up. The sedan chair carriers rush after her, but it's too late. Zhu jumps into the open grave, and it closes after her. The carriers run back to the village and come back with shovels. They dig and dig and dig, but the grave is empty. As they're digging out the last mound of soil, their faces covered in sweat, they hear the sweetest music, a bamboo flute, as if it was piped straight from the heavens. They look up. They don't see any musicians, but they see a pair of butterflies, one navy blue, one a bright magenta, crisscrossing back and forth as they fly far, far away into the sky. And that's the story of the butterfly lovers. If you like this story and want to hear more stories from ancient China, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, 再见! If you enjoy the deeper meaning behind Chinese culture, folklore, legends, and strange true stories, then come explore more with me on Jared Tells Tales, where mystery, meaning, and the otherworldly still live on. Click the link to watch your first tale.